Joy here. I'm very, very excited to share with you how to draw one of my favorite things in the whole world. I have been drawing eyes since I was a little girl. I was doodling eyes on pages of my homework for as long as I can remember, and I am very excited to show you today how. And the reason I am going to show you how to draw eyes is because eyes are what we set our eyes on. So it's how we have a vision, and it's how we have insight and intuition, and it's how we take in the world around us and how we make sense of the world. And I thought it would be really cool to connect Girls Ink Week with the theme She Leads with having vision in our life. Because eyes are really important for having a vision and having goal to be a leader in the world today. So join me on our tutorial today on how to draw eyes. So you're going to need your pencil, a nice eraser, and a pencil sharpener. So I have my pencil sharpener here with me, and today I'm going to do more of a smaller drawing on a smaller sheet of paper. So you can use computer paper, any white paper. You can use construction paper if you like. So I'm going to be putting my drawing down a lot and then showing like this, okay? So you can draw eyes if you can draw a rectangle, an oval, and a circle. Those are the only shapes that you need to know how to draw eyes, okay? So first we are going to draw a rectangle, okay? Everybody's eye shapes are different. Some people have big eyes. Some people have small eyes, so I'm just going to draw a rectangle, okay? Then what I'm going to do is, instead of just keeping the rectangle, I am going to cut off the corners of the rectangle. Remember to always draw lightly so you can erase. So you're going to do little triangles on the corners of that rectangle you made, because the eye shape is actually more of this shape. We're going to curve this line, this triangle, into this line, and then we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. We're going to curve that line into this line. Okay? And you're already going to see an eye shape. You can go ahead and extend these two lines and have them meet. Same over here. Okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to make a crescent moon shape at the top. So you're going to start where that rectangle line is. You're going to make a crescent moon like that. Okay? So you're going to connect this line here to this line here of the rectangle, and you're going to make that crescent moon shape. Then you are going to make one big circle. Now, if you notice, I stopped here. You can go ahead and make that full circle, but the key here is the bottom of the circle meets the bottom of the eye. And the trick is, if you look at somebody's eye, that you cannot see the top, and you really can't see the bottom either. But I'm looking straight on, the bottom of the eye lines up right to that bottom eyelid, but the top of the circle of your eye hides behind the eyelid. So you're going to do that. But that crescent moon is that top eyelid, so that's why I stopped my first version. I'm going to go ahead and erase. There we go. Then you're going to do another circle. Okay? And then one more. So one more tiny circle. That middle circle you're going to blacken, because that is going to be your pupil, which is the black part of your eye. Next thing you're going to do is you can go ahead and erase this corner mark and the corners of that original rectangle, so you no longer need those. And then you can also erase the sides of the rectangle as well, so you also don't need those. Now, you have the start of your eye. You can go ahead and make a curved line here because that is more of an accurate drawing of the tear duct that's in the eye. And then we can go ahead and start our shading. So when I do my shading, I leave this circle here just for some dimension, just for some variety in the eye, okay? And all we're going to do is we're going to shade that in, okay? Because this is the iris. That is the colored part of the eye. I may have green eyes, you may have brown eyes. That is the colored part of the eye. Okay, you can see there it goes. Now I'm going to make my pupil a little bit bigger. It's a little small right now, so that's why I left a little bit of white for me to fill in. And you're noticing when I make my drawing marks that I'm making repeated circles over and over and over again to build up my value and to darken my shape. Okay? Now this line and this line came out a little bit too much. So I'm going to go ahead and erase. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller because that's a really long eye. So I'm going to go ahead and trim it and bring that eyelid down. Okay, there we go. So you're going to have your top eyelid, okay? You're going to have the full top eyelid, and then you're going to make a little mark here for your bottom eyelid, okay? Next thing you're going to do is you're going to add eyelashes. Now with the eyelashes are smaller and more spread out here, and then they're fuller and longer here, so on the outside of the face. So say this is the side of my face, like that, okay? It's going to be longer on the sides here, okay? So you're going to make these little lines, these little curved lines. They're going to be little here, and then they're going to go out longer here, okay? You're going to have a lot more on this side, the side that's closest to the side of the face, okay? And you can do one after the other, one after the other, like that. Okay. So there we have that. Now another thing you can do to add to the eye is you can darken the outside ring of the iris. Another thing you can do, okay, so I darken that outside ring. I'm going to fill it in to make sure that it's nice and full. Another thing you can do is add some zigzags. So when you add some zigzags, you're going to actually add more of like diagonal lines that start at the iris or the middle of the eye, and they move out towards the outer ring or the white of the eye. This is going to make it kind of look like a sun. Kind of look like a sun. Okay. I had a little bit of a mark here that I don't like. I'm going to go ahead and erase. I'm going to use my pencil. I'm going to darken and fill that in. Okay. There's also eyelashes on the bottom of the eye. But these are very, very small, and you probably only have about 8 or 10 of them. Okay? Another thing you can do is you can add a little bit of shading, a little bit of shadow, the top eye, at the top of the eyelid. Okay? So that top eyelid, where it covers the top of that circle of your eye, you can actually make a little bit of shading, because that is, the eyelid is going to make a shadow on top. I like to bring it around, but it makes it a little bit darker. You can always darken that pupil a little bit more. And there you have our eye. If you really want, you can make this a curved line too, instead of a sharp point. So that's even more realistic. You can add another layer of eyelashes. You can even darken and shade just a little bit here. And there you have your eye. So now the trick is to do the same exact thing on the other eye, for the other eye, okay? So I'm going to give you a little secret here. The eyes are actually, depending on you, is almost 3 exact eye dimensions apart from one another. So this eye is the same size as this eye, but the space here is actually almost 1 eye's worth. I have very big eyes, so mine is going to be slightly smaller, okay? But for the most part, it's almost the same distance. So you can either take out your ruler and you can measure the point. Line up your point of your pencil towards, I'm going to try to do this like this. So you line up your pencil to where it starts on one side, and then you use your fingernail to start there, and then you can move it across, okay, and you can kind of see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my fingernail there, where that end of my eye is. I'm going to line it up to the start of that eye, okay? And like I said, it's a little bit closer, so I'm going to bring it back, shift it back a little bit. I'm going to do a little guideline, Okay, this is so how you know how close things are together. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. So you're going to do the same exact thing on this side. To do your eyebrows is you make a guideline, a really light line that you can erase and bring it up the same so it starts right where your eye starts, and then you're going to make this shape, okay? So it's about a 45-degree angle this way and then a 45-degree angle this way, okay? So it's going to kind of look like a flying bird shape. And you're going to use your pencil and do straight hatching marks like that until you get to that point, the eyebrow point. And then you're going to shift and you're going to draw it to the side. Okay? And you're going to go over it again, but a little bit more to the side. So instead of being straight up and down marks, you're going to go to the side. You're going to do little small ones here in the front. You're going to fill that in. And you're going to erase this guideline. There you have one eyebrow, and then you do the same exact thing to the other side. And there you have it. This eyebrow seems to need to also go a little bit darker. So we'll do a little bit of darkening with those. And there you have your 2 eyes. And just for today's tutorial, since we're focusing on the eyes today, I'm just going to draw 2 lines here. They kind of curve out like that, and that can be the start of your nose. Okay? We'll do the rest of the human face for another tutorial, but here is how you draw eyes. Girl eyes. Eyes on the prize. Eyes that lead her. She has a vision. She's insightful. She's intuitive. She looks at the world around her. And she's ready to conquer the world and be a leader. Happy Girls Ink Week, girls. Miss you. Hope you liked today's drawing video on how to draw eyes.